Hello guys, so today we're gonna go over percents. Now, this is how this one's gonna work. We're gonna be using the formula that you see up here. We're gonna be using this formula. So is over off equals percent over 100. All right, it might not make a lot of sense, but whenever you're reading percent problems, they're usually gonna have specific words that you need to look at in order to solve them. So for example, let's look at the very first one, and I'm gonna highlight it so you guys can see exactly what I'm talking about. So it's asking what percent of 29 is 3. So you got to look at the words of and is every time that you're working on this. Now, what are we looking for? We're looking for percent. So I already know that I'm looking for this. Oh, I already know I'm looking for this right here. That is the percent that we're looking for. Now, if I read it closely, you're going to notice the off is going to be my 29 because they're asking what percent of 29 is 3. So 3 is going to be my is in this problem. So I'm going to highlight a different color. There we go. All right, that's where I'm going to be putting my stuff together. So let's go ahead and do that. So for this one, it's going to be 3 on the top over off, which is 29, equals. Now, we don't know what the percent is, so I'm just going to put X for it. And on the bottom, I'm going to put 100. Now, this is the process that you're going to have to do. We're going to have to do cross multiplication. That means that my 3 is going to multiply with my 100 right there, and my 29 is going to multiply with the X right there. So let's rewrite what we're going to have. So we're going to have 300 equals, and it's going to be 29x. So it's going to be 29. And let me put everything else I need. I want to show you where I get the numbers from. There we go. That's what we're going to have. Okay, so we're going to have the 3 times 100, which is 200, and the 29 times x is 29x. Now what you're going to need, you're going to have to solve for x in order to get your percentage. So on both sides, we're going to go ahead and divide by 29. Once I do that, those two become 1, and I just have to figure out what is 300 divided by 29. So let's go ahead and figure it out. We're going to have to do long division because on the test, you will not be able to use a calculator. So they're going to have to ask you to do this properly. So we're going to figure out how many times does 29 fit into 3? 0 times. Now, how many times does 29 fit into 30? 1 time. So once I do that, I'm going to have 29, okay? And then I'm going to put my little, well, I don't even know what I was talking about. 1 times 29 is 29. So I'm going to go ahead and subtract those two. Gives me 1. We bring the next number down, which is 0. And we see how many times does 29 fit into 10, which in this case is going to be a 0. All right, so technically I could stop right there because most likely my answers are going to be pretty easy and it's going to be like a whole number. But I want to figure out at least maybe 1 or 2 decimal places. So it doesn't fit anything, right? So I'm going to have to put a dot, add another 0. So now we're talking about decimal spots on my percentage. Now I'm going to bring this one down. Now I have to figure out how many times can I multiply 29 to fit into 100. So I think it's 3. So let's see. So 3, I have 29. So 3 times is 7. The 2 carries over. That is 6, and that is 8. I don't think if I multiply another one, it will. No, so that is it. So it's going to be 87. And also over here, we're going to put 3. And then we just figure out what that is. So this one becomes 10. This one becomes 9. And I'm going to have 3, 13. Now, what I could do, I could put another 0. And then I could bring it down so that we have 130 to keep going on my decimal spot. But I'm going to stop right here. So, what is the question? What percent of 29 is to 3? Well, technically is, I'm going to round it to the nearest percent. 10%. Okay, so whenever you do the Asvab, I'm pretty sure it's going to be pretty quick and it's going to have a whole number. And that's it. That is how you find percentages. You look at the wording. I'm going to go ahead and show how to do all the other ones. That way you can check your answers, and that is it for this one.